What's good? What's good? Welcome back to Invest and Trade with Jax. Good morning from Canada. Got my hair cut, got the skin fade, trimmed the beard. How am I looking? All right. We're gonna go over our friend Ethereum. Currently sitting at 1720, up 3% on the day. Sitting at market cap of 207 billion. 24-hour volume 15.97 billion. Let's hop into the chart. It's going to start here on the 4-hour time frame. So what we're looking at is a potential completion of a wave 1 and putting in an ABC correction to see a wave 2. That's the bullish scenario, and potentially what we could be doing here is a completion of a wave 1. So we've come down in a wave 1, wave 2, and then you would see wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. Now, wave 2 pullback can only retrace up to 99% of wave 1. So if it were to come down and break that low, obviously the pattern would be invalidated. There is another bullish wave count, and what we'd have to be looking at is that this was the completion of the wave 5, and the wave 1 completed up here instead of a regular ABC. If that were to be the case, you can take your fib retracement from the bottom of wave 1 to measure a wave 2 pullback here up to the top. And let me take out the other fib so it's not distracting. And you can see here that we almost came down to the minimum requirement, which is the 0.382. So if we were to come up and break that high, that's the wave count that we'd have to be looking at. But we do have to watch the bearish scenario very, very closely. If we pop over to our next chart, where was I here? Was it on this one? So what I'm looking at is a potential wave 4 pullback being complete here. We could put in a head and shoulders. Here's your left shoulder. Here's your head. So if we fail to break that high, we could potentially be putting in a right shoulder. So what we could be looking at is a wave 1. We see a wave 2 pullback. Wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. That could come down and break that low for ETH. Personally, I still think there's one more wave down in the market. But if it were not to be too deep for BTC, then what we might see is just a wave 2 pullback. But personally, I think there's one more wave down and that we will come down and break this low, but I could be wrong. If we look at this chart here for Ethereum, there's a lot of fractals from the previous bear market, which I'll show you here. So you see we had the bullish cross, we got back above the EMAs, and then we've broken below them. If we look at the previous bear market, when we had our large relief rally, we had the bullish cross, we broke above, and then we broke below them. And we can see that inverse head and shoulders, left shoulder head, potential right shoulder. So once again, we have a left shoulder head, potential right shoulder. So there's just a couple similarities to the previous bear market rally where we had a large push back to the upside. We had the bullish cross, but then we fell below it and we made a lower low. But we'll have to see what happens. Of course, the bullish scenario here, we put in that inverse head and shoulders, we get back above the EMAs, we come up and we break this high. That could definitely be more confluence that the bottom is in for Ethereum, but as of right now, I'm quite cautious and think there's a good chance that we have one more wave down in the market to complete a larger wave 5 to the downside. Just watch a potential head and shoulders. If we fail to break that high and we come up, we begin to roll over, then we could put in a head and shoulders, and that could bring you down here to about, let's see where it brings you down to. Yeah, that will take you down to about 1205 for ETH. So let's pop it over to the daily. I just want to make sure my fib is on point here. Yeah, so I had recently put my fib at the all-time high, but for a wave 4 pullback, wave 4, you take your fib retracement from the top of wave 2 to the bottom wave 3. Your maximum retracement is the 0.5. We did break above it, but sometimes that does happen. A little bit of an overextended bull trap wave 4. And see a wave 5 to the downside. But all of that can be invalidated if we come up and break this high, especially if we get above the golden ratio at 2138. That's a strong signal. If we can hold it as support, you're going to come back up to where you started, which is at 3703 for Ethereum. So the really bullish wave count is that this is the completion of a wave 1. We have a wave 2 pullback, which has almost met the minimum requirement, and then we pop up into a wave 3. But personally, what I'm looking at is that we've just completed basically a wave 1 of the wave C. We see a wave 2 pullback, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5 to at least come down for a wave 2 pullback, but quite possibly put in a lower low. But as I mentioned, if we do come up and break this high, I couldn't validate that structure, and then you could see continuation to the upside for our friend Ethereum. All right, that's it for this one. Big shout out to the Discord, where you can get my exact entries, exits, and take profits at the $10 membership for my leverage trades, for my spot trades, as well as my technical analysis, and over 2,000 members posting chart patterns, talking all things crypto. Some great analysts in here posting their analysis. It's only 10 bucks a month. And you can sign up through the Patreon link. Make sure to check out Bybit. That's where I do all my trading up to $4,500 in bonuses. You can watch my full length tutorial, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, much love. Take care.